Recording? Well, howdy there, pipe pals. Good to see you. Well, it is I. Let me try this again. Sorry, the holy smoking pipe padre. Talking to you with a clenched pipe between his teeth, and doing so quite audibly, I might add. I'm sure you all can understand me clearly as a bell. Okay, so here I am with my little beautiful Peterson Bulldog, which I love. You know I love this little pipe, and in it I'm smoking some half and half and having a thoroughly enjoyable evening. Not really. Actually, I am here to tell you something that I think will surprise many of you. I actually am smoking half and half. See, I wasn't lying to you. I just got the wrong package, that's all. Okay. Believe it or not, I actually found this about 15 minutes ago in my grocery store, Rayleigh's to be exact. And I know many of you, and even I was beginning to think that I was a tobacco snob. But such is not the case. This is half and half. It is exactly the way I remembered smoking it 30 years ago. It's very, very, very good. Dan, Old Northern Smoky, was smoking some of this just the other day. And, I said, boy, Dan, I was sitting there watching him, thinking, if it was only the same stuff, but they're not putting the same stuff. I even noticed tonight. Do my little matches 860 there, smoke. I love that. It works. I just on the tip of your tongue. I mean, that's a wonderful little technique. There's something, I don't know what it is, but it's delicious that way. It's like sipping a fine Mouton Rothschild. Not that I've ever done that, but, hey, I can dream, right? Good stuff. I am so happy. I mean, remember in my last video I was talking about maybe finding a go-to blend? Well, I am so happy that this is still a product that is identical to what it was 30 years ago. I had a friend of mine named Steve who, before he stopped smoking a pipe, smoked nothing but half and half. But anyway, as Dan, Old Northern Smoky, would say, it's smoke sweet, it's got a nice flavor, and it's cheap, at least for now. But let me tell you something I thought was very, very interesting. Obviously, you would assume, you would make the presumption, if you were somebody who worked in a store and you didn't know me from anybody else, you could make the very honest presumption that I am not a child or a young person or a teenager, right? If you assumed that I was a senior citizen or at least middle age, you'd be correct, right? In other words, I'm mature. Well, okay, some of you probably just, if you were smoking your pipe, probably some of you kind of choked on that one. Okay, I'm not that mature as far as maybe being, say, wise and kind of emotionally stable, but at least I am mature in age and in years, okay? That being said, they, of course, as you know, in grocery stores, the tobaccos are locked under cabinets. We all know that. Keep the minors from pilfering them and taking them back to school and whatever. So I understand, I accept it. Not a problem. But now they put a new wrinkle in it. Have any of you bought tobacco lately in a store? This is my first time buying it in a grocery store. When I went to buy the Borkum Riff and the Carter Hall a couple months back, they were they were right behind the counter, and so the person who was there behind the counter just handed them to me and rang them up and handed them to me. Well, not this way. Go into the store. They're off to the side in the back somewhere. And so this young man goes, yeah, I have a key to the cabinet. I go, great. If you could just give me, he goes, what do you want? I told him, two pouches or 2 boxes of half and half. And he goes, okay. So he gets the half and half out, closes and locks it. He goes, then I tried to take it from him. He goes, oh, no. Oh, no. I'm sorry, sir. I have to walk this directly to the register. I cannot let you handle this. Excuse me? I believe I'm an adult. I couldn't believe it. I had to purchase them before they would actually let me actually hold them in my hands. So I'm kind of I'm just amazed. I don't know where that little law came from, but isn't that interesting? Very sweet, very mild, very flavorful. Now, is it on par with, say, Penzance or, And So to Bed or Nightcap or my all-time favorite, Pirate Cake? Well, no. To be honest, it's sort of like the equivalent of a McDonald's meal. It's fast, easy, simple, good. But it doesn't maybe have the same complexity and doesn't have the same kind of, it's not like a nice sit-down dinner that you go to a nice restaurant and have, But when you're hungry and you need a little pick-me-up, this is wonderful. I am just so happy that this is truly as I remember it. Boy, I'm just excited. It has the same aroma, the same flavor, no weird chemical, pesticide tastes. Half and half doesn't mean weeds and malathion, okay? It just means Burley and I guess Virginia, right? That's what I'm guessing it is. Excuse me. So anyway, I'm very, very happy to announce that I found some half and half here in Sacramento, my neighborhood, and it's the same exact product it was 30 years ago. I think the last time I probably smoked half and half was probably, it's got to be at least 20 some odd years at least. Again, my friend Steve used to smoke it, and I remember smoking a bowl of it with him once or twice and kind of giving him a bad time saying he had boring taste buds. Excuse me. Guess I'll cut that out. Yeah, make sure you cut that out now. Yeah, we will. Okay, good. I wonder if I put a little bit of this in there to kind of cool it down a little bit. That might help. Hold on a second. Okay, yeah, there we go. Stirred around a little bit. Kind of, what we might actually think about doing is putting tobacco and coffee together. But in such a way that you can smoke the tobacco through the liquid of the coffee and then drink the coffee, have kind of it in its own little, special container. So all the smoke does, the smoke goes all the way through it, but the actual tobacco doesn't actually get in the coffee. So that way you could have like a little switch on your pipe, and then you could, when you suck on it, you could either get a little bit of coffee like an espresso, or you can get a smoke, and then you can just kind of go back and forth. I mean, it would save time. And especially for you commuters out there, think about that. You watch, somebody may, well, in this day and age, that wouldn't, of course, smoking is so bad and evil. People wouldn't want to try to invent a product that makes smoking convenient. Unless you're a roll your own kind of a person, then that's different. Well, anyway, why am I making this video? Why do I make any of my videos? I've seen a couple of really nice videos. One from Matches860. Good old John. Oh man, I tell you, he was telling me about that. Did you see the one about the dumpster? If you haven't seen that one about the dumpster, go watch it. That's all I'm going to say. You won't be sorry. Great little story. But he said something about he was making a confession, and he thought he might have maybe done something wrong in doing that. Maybe more self-incriminating than anything else, but he kind of was wondering if maybe I took offense or anything. Not at all. Being a good Presbyterian. How come you don't smoke Presbyterian mixture, lad? You call yourself a Presbyterian, and yet you don't even smoke Presbyterian mixture. What's with that? Of course, I only smoke Mother Superior's mixture. Those of you who are seeing this video are seeing it with the backdrop of is that Bruno? Does that look like Bruno to you back there? That looks like Bruno to me. A young Bruno. That's, of course, a young Orson Welles. As I sit here in front of my the Orson Welles Mystery Tobacco Contest. Thank you to all of you who have thus far entered the Orson Welles Mystery Tobacco Contest. What was I going to say about that? Yeah, it is a mystery what I'm going to be smoking on Halloween night. Now, I've already made the video. I'm actually in the process. I've shot the video. Well, it's a long story. It's well, you'll just have to tune in on Halloween night and see what it's all about. But all shall be revealed on Halloween evening. This mystery tobacco. So those of you who have entered so far the contest, thank you very much. I've also sent you hopefully a reply. If you're watching this video and you haven't gotten an actual, reply from me saying thank you for entering the Orson Welles Mystery Pipe Contest, Mystery Tobacco Contest, email me back, because that means I probably didn't get your entry. So, but I've responded to all the people who have thus far entered officially. Now you can send a video, and I'll tell you what, a video response in the end might help you. Okay, now most people are just PMing me or sending me little messages, text messages, and that's fine. All your entries are duly noted and cataloged right here. Okay. Now, where did I put that paper again? Oh, I just threw it in the oven. I mean, the stove. Sorry about that. Anyway, no, everybody is there. So I make sure that for the winners, that I can kind of, because I may have to find a creative way of, if I have 2 or 3 winners or more, I might have to find another way of narrowing down the contestants. I'm thinking about maybe dueling pistols at dawn, 50 paces perhaps. That might be a little extreme perhaps, but that might be one way we can solve the problem. Or we could really play Hangman, and the loser, well, he'll be hanging around for a while. I'm not stringing you along, by the way. I'm all tied up right now, okay? I'm just, that's why I'm making these kind of, this gallows humor here. I am just so happy, because you know what? I'm happy. See, I am, people are telling these kind of interesting stories. We got Eltopian talking about security guard issues, and John talking about dumpsters, and people kind of sharing just some personal life stories that are kind of amusing anecdotes. I have a dear friend who I remember 19 years ago when we first met, as a parish priest, and they were having, they were young then and having babies and stuff, and when she had the first baby that I remember, and I went to going to the hospital, I kept thinking to myself, man, to me at the time, because I just didn't have a lot of interactions with mothers or newborns and maternity kind of things. And I would kind of thought newborn babies, oh no, they're little bundles of joy and all that stuff. I always kind of felt they looked kind of like little wrinkled old people, and they weren't that adorable. I thought they weren't that cute. I know most people think babies are adorable and cute, and they are. Okay, I've learned to see that, and I really enjoy when people say, "Oh, this is my new baby," and "Oh, that's a beautiful baby," and But I remember being a little nervous because this is a person who really knew me and knew that when I was, maybe not being totally sincere. And I thought, gosh, I sure hope this baby isn't ugly, because if I have to say, oh, what a beautiful baby, they're going to know that I don't mean it. And I was so nervous. And 16 years later, when this little guy was born, his name was AJ, I went into the hospital, and unfortunately, thanks be to God, it was a beautiful, cute baby. And I was able to say that with complete sincerity, because if this person knows me well enough to know when I am not being right on the mark. So I've always thanked AJ for being a cute baby, because if he hadn't, it could have caused a lot of problems. Gosh, this half and half is not bad stuff. Smokes pretty fast. Of course, this is my little Peterson. Anyway, so I also want to thank Bruno. I was going to tell you another story, but I could probably get in trouble for that one, so I probably won't tell you that story. It involves some teenagers in a car. That's all I'm going to say. It'd be funny to tell you that one, but I better not. Anyway, getting back to Bruno. Getting back to Bruno there. He was very kind, as many of you were, by the way. In your remarks about my late brother Earl, whose birthday was just a couple days ago. And I uploaded again another video. This was the original video. When the first video that I did upload was and had Stan Rogers music. Olivier, Ollie, being the Canadian, he's the first Canadian that I know that's actually heard of Stan Rogers. Says you like Stan Rogers. If you've never heard of Stan Rogers, he was a wonderful Canadian folk singer. Tragically, he died in an accidental plane caught fire, and I think I shared that story. Sad to say, he's gone, but his music still lives on. But anyway, the first video, I had to cut it down because I only had 10 minutes. Thus, I had to cut out like 16 minutes of the video. And I never, even though I liked it, I wasn't satisfied because the original was a little more meaningful for me. So anyway, I was able to put the whole thing up there, and I just felt really good about that, finally. Somebody's asked me to share some stories about my brother, and I probably will do that in maybe a couple of videos from now. But again, I just wanted to take this moment to, one, say thanks to John and Bruno and all of you who have been so kind to me and encouraging about my brother's passing. And, I really do miss the guy. One of the things that I remember, Bruno has a wonderful video, I hope we put it back up there, about when he was a little boy playing with his father's pipes. And that reminded me when I used to play with my brother's pipes and my grandfather's pipes. And of course, they had those funny stingers on most of them. I guess they were either Dr. Grabo's or Medico pipes. But I just thought they were cool. Neat little things for little kids to play with. And but I just really appreciate his very sincere and kind condolences, as all of you were. One guy, some of you said some really, really wonderful things. A couple of you said, you know what, after watching your video, I called my brother, or I messaged some of my brothers. And I think it was Pete Vernon said, I said, you lit up our world when you lit up your brother's pipe. I got pretty choked up when I read that. So I just want to say thanks to all of you. Again, if you haven't entered the Orson Welles Mystery Tobacco Contest, I would like to encourage you to do that. You can PM me, but again, if you send a video, because I can't read. That's why when people give me books, they make sure they have lots of pictures in them. I'm not as, erudite as some people we could mention here. O'Toole rules. Anyway, I want to say thank you guys. And again, hey, check it out. If you haven't had any half and half and you can get this, Holy Smoke and Pipe Padre says it's a good smoke. And you won't be dissatisfied. I'll guarantee you. Okay, so as you know I like to say, we could even say it together probably by now, because we're all in the world together. If you want to light up your world, light up a pipe, because they're meant for smoking. See you.